Lionel West, if I had $1 for every lap you've done around just this place, let alone anywhere else, I think we can both retire. Can you take that window net down for me, please, sir? Mate, it's almost that time of the year, Lionel. It's the Krock Cup. What does it used to be called?
It was called the 3GL Cup in the early days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, so how many, you've run every one of these Krocks?
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to have a car going and have a crack at it every time. And way back in 1990, we actually won it when it was the 3GL Cup.
Sounds like out there Stephen Hodder's having a bit of a rip here as well. That Camaro looks really, really nice. Mate, I almost didn't recognise you. What's with all this white and blue with the red?
We've got a new sponsor on board this year, and APCO have come on board to give us a chip out, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's fantastic that they're involved, Lionel, because they're a great company, and I know that Speedway fans love it because they never close.
Yep. Yeah, no, we've got some good sponsors this year, and you know, I'd like to thank Les and all of his crew.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll let these boys hot lap, and I'll talk to you more in a second.
Cool.
So Lionel, you've got the complete podiums from every race that's been here for the Krock, and you're on there a few times. How many podiums do you reckon you've been in?
Oh, I reckon probably 10, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
When you think about not missing one, and it goes back to the 80s, right?
Yeah. Not a real good score, is it?
It used to be called the 4 and 20 or something like that back in the early days, which was another event in the late 70s. But
yep.
Why do you do this?
I've raced Speedway since I was a kid, and it's just it started out just a little bit of a fun thing to do, and it just gets in your blood, and it's something I have trouble shaking it off.
Probably keeps you young too, doesn't it?
I just love it, you know, like it's the kids love it, the family loves it. It's
the grandkids love it.
Yeah, the grandkids. Riley's over there, and he comes with us.
Are you on the tools, Riley? You're the one working this well as well, mate. You're the crew chief.
Yep.
So when are you taking over Pop's car? When are you driving? Sorry, Pop, you're fired.
He'd be kicking me out as soon as he could. All right. Yeah. And no, it's just a great sport to be in, and we get to travel a bit and see a lot of people, and it's good fun. It's hard work sometimes. Sometimes you get a bit funny with it, but you know, like end of the day, you've got to do something. So yeah, we just enjoy.
So you've been here obviously since this place started, since the Drew brothers started this. Pretty
much, yeah. Yeah. I started racing when I was 15. I ran in the under 16s in Ngambie and Ballarat and places like that as a junior, and then stepped up like once you were 16 you went into the men's class, and we ran a standard saloon back then, which was pretty much a modified production nowadays.
Yep.
And yeah, we just progressed from there, run that. Me and my brother used to race and share a car, and we'd run that every second weekend and just enjoy it. And then we bought a second car, and it just kept going. And yeah, I ended up converting mine to a super sedan, and that was way back in about 1979. I reckon I converted it to a super sedan, which was a HQ Monaro with a turbo 6 in it. And yeah, and then we just progressed from there, built our own car for a while, and run a hatchback Tirana for a long time with a turbo 6 in it. And yeah, had a fair bit of success in that. That was a really early car for a chassis car, and it was, you know, it was back in them days. There wasn't the big budgets there is nowadays, and if you had a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of skill, you could actually, you know, go quite good in a little car.
Yeah.
And we had quite a lot of success in the Tirana, and then Les come along, and I used to race against Les, and he said, I got a good car, but I can never beat you. He said, do you want to drive my car? And that was 24 years ago.
Wow.
And I've been driving for Les ever since. So yeah, it's Les has basically kept me in the sport for all these years, because
that's so good.
You know, like as the years have gone on, it's become very expensive to run a car and maintain it, and Les is just a dead set super sedan guy, you know, like right or wrong, he wants a super sedan on the track, and the more on the track the better.
That's awesome.
You know, like back in the 90s it was 30 cars would turn up at the first event of the year.
Yeah.
You know, now we struggle to get 15 or 20 cars. Bit of luck this year, we might get a real good turnout for Krock.
Well, I know there's almost 30 already for Krock, so it's going to be stout.
It'll be a tough race, you know, like there'll be 20 cars there that could win.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a good race. So
have a Merry Christmas, Lionel, with all your family, and be safe. And I look forward to seeing you here on January 4 when we get ripping for what is going to be an epic Krock.
Thank you.
Riley, make sure you get in and take this car when Pop's ready. He's already gone. He's gone. Look, he's got the spares. Yeah. Good to see you, mate.
You too.
You better give me back the record books. I need to know who the hell's... Apparently you're in this a lot. Darren, why are super sedans so addictive? Why do you keep doing this?
Coming from street stocks, it's just a lot more exciting, a lot of power, and it's just fun to drive.
What are the challenges, though, of these cars? Because there would be a few of those.
The setup, there's so much to learn and so much to get wrong.
What is the best part? I mean, you say the power and stuff, but where do you notice that the most, and what's the best part about these things?
Oh, it's just about having a good night, like, just coming away with a reasonable finish. It's a bit hard because we're still trying to learn it.
Yeah, and there's a lot to learn, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's why tonight's good, because we get to do a couple of changes and sort of learn a bit more.
The Krock Cup has decades of history behind it, and a cracking field. Like, we're talking close to 30 cars for January 4, which is going to be epic. What's your plan for a night like that?
Well, try and get a bit more practice tonight, so we get a bit of a heads up on the Krock and try and get straight. Obviously, they'll have a B main, so obviously get straight into the A. Be good, and then move up to there.
And when you got the best of the best here, I guess any laps you can spend behind those guys, not necessarily in front of them, Darren, is where you learn, right?
Yeah, well, racing with better drivers makes you a better driver too.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about the car and engine package.
Now, this is a Insane chassis by Lucas Roberts. It's a 23-degree Chev engine, about 600 horsepower. They're pretty similar, most of the cars, but yeah, this is a 4-bar car.
Yep.
A lot of the others are 3-link now.
Yeah. Old school, Darren.
Yeah. You'll learn it eventually.
That's right, mate. Have fun.
No worries, thanks.
Almost time for the Krock, and there's almost 30 cars. What a lineup!
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely awesome. Can't wait.
How has your form been in the Krock over the years?
Pretty good, actually. I think I've podiumed nearly everyone I've raced except for one.
Okay.
I think. So yeah, always go reasonably well here. Just be different with 30 cars though.
What is the you think you need to do differently to get that win?
It's all about qualifying. Just the 2 heats here, so important. Just need a good draw, and got to make it count.
And this is a difficult track to get your head around, I would think, Avalon,
Yeah, it can be, because it can slicken off, or sometimes it can be a hooky. I know last year we qualified pole and just misread it, and it was hooky as and lifting the left front sky high, and it was way too tight.
Why super sedans for you, Jamie? Why did you go this way? Because you started off in AMCAs. How long in AMCAs?
Probably 5 or 6 years in AMCAs, I think, and then probably 4 or 5 years in supers now. Just moved on from AMCAs, and Dad and John like supers, so I'll race whatever really.
And your dad's a big part of what you do, obviously. It's good that you get to do it together.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't do it without Dad. Definitely a father-son thing. So it's good to hang out with him on the weekends, and John as well, and the boys coming along. It's really good. Hopefully one day I can get my young bloke into it and keep it going.
This is probably known as a sprint car track to many people because of the big events like the Speed Week and President's Cup and the track championship here. But it's so good that both Jeff and Rod still really wholeheartedly believe in super sedans. Yeah,
it's good that they keep supporting us, and I know super sedans were pretty big back in the day, especially down in Tasmania. But it's good that they still keep us alive, and we're bringing back the car numbers, so the future looks bright for us.
So what's the difficult part about these cars? What's the toughest thing to get your head around?
Oh, just the setup. There's just so much. They're so technical. There's a lot of adjustment. Big, heavy car, a lot of horsepower. So just all that combined makes it a challenge.
And big tyres, right?
Yeah, they're pretty big tyres. Yep.
changing the setup between heats and things like that? You know, what do you change many things?
Yeah, we do change a fair bit of stuff. The stagger, shocks, screw weight in and out of it. Yeah.
What about brake bias and stuff like that? Do you mess with that much?
Yeah, do a fair bit. Say if you're a bit tight in the first heat, you know, wind it to the back, or you can go 3-wheel brakes, help you turn in a bit easier. Stuff like that definitely helps.
So there's close to 30 cars with some of the hitters are coming because they're heading to Tassie, I think, the week after.
Yep.
So can you win this deal?
Hopefully, yeah, we'll give it a red hot crack. We've won a couple of big features before with all these guys, so just have to have everything go your way on the night, really.
Danny, why Super Sedans? You've driven a lot of different race cars over the years. Why do you keep coming back to Supers?
Oh, I just like the adrenaline rush. The guys are a good bunch of guys. And yeah, it's a good sport, you know. It's a car, sedans, any type of sedans are good.
I think once you're a sedan guy, you're a sedan guy, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
So where did you get into all this? Why did you start racing?
I started racing at a very early age with Julie. We went to Dalesford.
Yep.
And she said, oh, we used to know guys who used to race here. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, let's go and have a look. And as soon as I seen the car racing around there, and I got hooked on it. It was a V8, and I got hooked. I said, I've got to do this. So I started at Dalesford, and that was a long time ago, 45 years ago.
Wow.
And I haven't raced Fettingham for the last 10 years. I ran a business which made it really, really demanding and hard. And now I'm sort of retired, and I want to get back in and have a go at it again. But yeah, it's been a little bit hard coming back. It's struggling. You know, these young guys are quick.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you that. They're all good.
Yeah.
And you just got to get back into the groove, and it's taken a little bit to get into the groove.
How many laps do you reckon you've done around Avalon?
Oh, I don't know, a lot over the years. Yeah, back in the day, the Grinstead days, the Logue days.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's so many guys, you know, over the years that we've met. Peter Timberlake.
Yep.
All those guys. Yeah, a lot.
It's so good that Rod and Jeff have continued on with their dads, you know, with the legacy of this place as well with Super Sedans, and the Krock is legendary.
Yeah, back in the day they used to have two meetings that were big meetings. One was the Krock and the other one was the Shoemakers 500.
Yep.
And they were good shows. I used to love coming down here. I used to love going to Warrnambool. Anywhere in Victoria I used to love, you know, because it's easier when you don't have to travel so far.
Yeah.
I'm only a weekend warrior, really. I'm not a big timer.
So what are your expectations of the Krock? We've got almost 30 cars. What do you want? Obviously you did some laps tonight to try and get yourself back in the groove. How'd you go?
Yeah, I went round.
Still got more to do?
I've got a bit more to do. We've got a few things we've got to do and change and get it better. And we'll work on that.
So why do you keep doing this?
Why?
It's not easy, right?
Nah, it's not easy. It's a lot of work. My biggest motivation is my wife, Julie.
It's her fault.
It's her fault. She always pushes me to do it. She likes me doing it. And because, you know, we have worked pretty hard the last, you know, few years. Put a lot of time into work, and she said, you've got to go and have some fun and enjoy it. And she's been pushing me.
Good on you, Julie. What a good woman.
Oh, she is. She's a good woman.
Yeah, you're punching, mate. Well done. Good luck at the Krock. Merry Christmas. Be careful on the roads.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone out there, and good luck with everything.
Stevie Hodder, I do like the Camaro. Very different. What made you go with the Camaro?
We just wanted to put a new body on it and update it a little bit. So yeah, it was a good fit, really.
Was it difficult to get the body to work with the chassis and make it still look? Because you know when you put a race car from a silhouette, it doesn't always look the same, does it?
No, well, we haven't really changed. We just put a new body on it, so the suspension's still the same as what it was.
Yep, okay. How long in Super Sedans for you?
There was a class back at Redline. We used to be Formula V8, then we were unlimited, so we've been playing with them for about 6 years, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. The Krock Cup is coming up in just a couple of weeks' time. Almost 30 cars. It's going to be really solid. It's one of the time-honoured events in Victorian sedan racing. Are you pumped?
Yeah, it should be real exciting to have that many cars here and, yeah, see how we go.
It's good that you got some laps in tonight because I felt like you were keen to get some in.
Yeah, we're always trying to learn things about the car and it's not behaving too good, but hopefully we'll get our head around it.
Did seem a little snug at times, like it was tight. Is that one of your challenges?
Yeah. It's a fine line whether drive it a bit harder and do what I've done, or Yeah, you just have to trial and error.
Where did your love of Speedway come from, Steve?
We've been racing. There was a class out Dalston, B Bash.
Yep.
Started off with a HR with a Hemi motor in it.
Yeah.
So when I was 18, so we've been going around for a few years.
And why do you keep doing it?
It's addictive.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
But it's good people too, you know, like you got old Westy over there, you got young guns like Jamie, and there's a good mix of sort of everybody in this class.
Yeah, they're fairly helpful, this class, so yeah, hopefully learn a few more things and see what happens in the future.
I think once you're a sedan person, you're a sedan person pretty well, right? You like doors and roofs?
I've dabbled in a bit of both. I've had a wingless, so
yep.
And we've got an LS sprint car, so we sort of play around a little bit. So
wow,
yeah.
All three of those are very different in their setup.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just trying to nut this one out a little bit more. So
yeah, cool. So what is your plan for the K-Rock? I mean, is it to just survive and get some laps in and get in the show, or what are your thoughts?
It'd be good to make the show, so that's what we're planning on trying to do. So
yeah.
And just try and stay out of everybody's road sort of thing, and try and get the car a bit more predictable. So
yeah, cool. Merry Christmas to everybody at the Rat. Hope everyone back in Ballarat has a safe Christmas, and looking forward to seeing you back here for the K-Rock. Steve, thanks for coming down tonight.
No worries.